Then on the other hand, this case is a commercial case, so there's a legal bound. This is not a family case, family law case. So I think it can go to court and
get that's the summary.
Yeah.
You have to get 20 marks. For the 20 marks, you have to write more and more.
Yeah.
So when you write a law, that's the answer. Answer is correct. But basically, it's a summary. Please remember, when you write a law answer, give an introduction, first paragraph introduction. Introduction means legal issues, not in legal words. The first para, issue or issues. Issue or issues to be solved. Plain English. Whatever the story, don't repeat, write in your own words. So finally you can say in the introduction the main legal issue, whether Amal entitled to stay with his uncle, something like that. Legal principles. Next para, legal principles. Then you can say this, there are two types of agreements. One is domestic agreement. Explain what is a domestic agreement. Then you explain the cases related to this. Merit versus merit. That is the case. Thereafter you analyze the legal issue, take this case and legal principles. You can say, even though looks like a domestic agreement, converts to a legal binding one because of the statements in the letter. And finally, you give the answer. Don't give the answer first. If the answer wrong, you will miss marks for all. First you give the introduction, 5 marks. Then legal principles, 5 marks. Cases, 5 marks. Analysis, 5 marks. And for the answer, only 2 marks will give. If you start with the wrong answer, even the legal principles are correct. That can be an issue. All right. Now you can ask, now you can question me. In a low class, you have to ask questions. Understood or not? Tell me. Any question you can ask now in relation to this.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you explain that procedure, sir? First, we have to use legal principles and then analyze. Then thirdly, then you mentioned like that. What is the procedure that we have to follow? Yeah.
First, you write the introduction. Introduction means if it is a problem question in the question paper, what you are going to analyze, what you are looking, what is the issue. Now, for example, introduction, you can say, Amal was a quantity surveyor. His uncle was living in Australia. And uncle invited him to come and stay with him. Thereafter, some indifference between the parties and uncle chased him out. Now, the main legal issue here, whether Amal has a relief. That part you do. Then you go to next one. Legal principle related to this area. What is the legal principle related to this area? Domestic agreements. Whether it's a domestic one or a commercial or a legal bind. So you can explain the legal principle related to this area is agreement, domestic agreement, legal binding. So agreement between 2 parties. So the letter makes a binding one, he accepted. Offer made by the uncle, accepted by Amal. And then, even though it's an agreement, you can say this is a domestic agreement between the parties. They are purely domestic nature, social nature, they are relation. You can write this. And then third para, the relevant cases, because we have not a law passed by Parliament. You can say there was a case Balfour versus Balfour. You can write it's a domestic one. But even a domestic one, it converted to a legal binding one with the merit versus merit. Explain merit versus merit. Then the next chapter, analyze the legal issue, analyze with the case and the legal principles. And finally, you can say there is no relief or there is a relief. No, there is a relief because this merit versus merit case he was entitled for. All right. That way you have to write the answers. Ask any questions. Okay. So first, issues only in the introduction. Next, legal principles governing this question. Next, decided case laws governing this issue. Analysis, that is purely how you analyze, say, whether it's entitled or not. Finally, you give the verdict. That's all. Any problem, please ask. Right. Next one. Commercial agreements. What is a commercial agreement? A commercial agreement, the parties will normally intend that there to be a legal relationship. Not like domestic. Very serious intention. The parties are having a legal relationship. Sale of goods agreements, sale of goods contracts, hire purchase contracts, lease contracts, all these are commercial, right? Formation of a contract. How to form a contract? Now, when you are talking about the formation, there must be an agreement. For the agreement, there must be an offer and acceptance. First of all, to form a contract, there must be an agreement. To come for an agreement, there must be offer and acceptance. So we have to lengthy discuss what is an offer, what is an acceptance. So the acceptance must correspond to the offer in all material aspects. So the negotiation between the parties need not always lead to a contract. Sometimes you are making inquiries. Inquiries are not offers. Inquiries are not offers. Offers are basically with a very serious intention. Therefore, you have to remember the difference between offer and invitation to make an offer. So what is the difference between offer and invitation to make an offer? That part also tested in several examples. Offer must be distinguished from an invitation to make an offer and a declaration of intention. So invitation to make an offer. What do you mean by that? Invitation to make an offer. Before a valid offer, you may go for an invitation to make an offer or invitation to offer or invitation to treat. Both words, invitation to offer, invitation to treat. So in exam, we check whether you know the difference between offer and invitation to offer. Or invitation to treat, both are same. Invitation to offer or invitation to treat, both are same. So invitation to make an offer, what do you mean by that? If a question given, you must see whether it's an offer or invitation to offer. An invitation to make an offer is not an offer, which is capable of being turned into a contract of acceptance. Invitation to offer are inviting people to make an offer. Invite. An advertisement is normally only intended to be an invitation to treat. So if you look at an advertisement, it's only an invitation to treat. That means further information required or negotiating like that. Now you go to a shop. Goods are displayed everywhere. That is not an offer, that is invitation to offer. You select one good, you give to the cashier. So you are making the offer, the cashier will accept or reject. If the cashier accepts, there is a legal binding. So remember, sometimes you go to a shop and ask, what is the price? Which country this was made? These are all invitation to offers, not offers. So when you go to a shop, goods are displayed. Now you go to now we want to buy some steel. So you go to a hardware shop. So you will ask how much, which country. They are displayed, they are not offers. They are invitation. Then you say, okay, I will buy this. You are making an offer. And the shopkeeper can accept or reject. If shopkeeper accepts, there is. So in this lesson, you have to remember what is an invitation to offer. Examples are there. So all these things are invitation to offers or invitation to trade. Goods display with a price tag attached in a supermarket shelf or a shop window or a service station. Not an offer. Invitation to offer. Invitation to offer. An auction sale. An advertisement for an auction sale. How auction happen? First they put an advertisement. Looking this advertisement, you are going for the venue. Then the auctioneer will put a price, 300. You say 350. Another one 450. Likewise, bidding. So the final bid, 3 times he will say 600, 600, 600. No one, he put down the hammer. So auction sale, calling for bids are not offers, invitation to offers. Tenders, procurement. Now your institution want to sell something. So you put a tender advertisement. So people will put tenders to the box. They are invitations. Once a tender pick up and select, then it becomes offer and acceptance. Share issue. A lot of companies issue shares. You take the prospectus. Last page, you fill and ask for 100 shares. Only 50 shares were given. You can't fight. It's an invitation to offer, share, issue or prospectus. Finally, it is decided by the company. Advertisement without a reward or award. Advertisement with a reward or award. Without a reward or award. They are not offers, they are invitation to offers. They are not offers, they are invitation to offers. So all these are examples. Remember. Display of goods in a supermarket shelf or a shop window. No offers, invitation. An auction sale, calling for bids, not an offer, invitation. Tender callings, submitting a tender application, not offer, invitation. Advertisement without any award or reward, all these are what? Invitations. Now, I told you there is a no law passed by Parliament for this. So we have to go with British cases. Look here. Pharmaceutical Society versus Boot Cash Chemist. This is the landmark case, invitation to offer. Goods were sold in B's shop under a self-service system. But today pharmacies no self-serving. You have a chemist. You have to give the list to the chemist, then he will select. So goods were sold in B's shop under the self-service system. Customers selected their purchases from shelves on which goods were displayed. On which goods were displayed. Then they put them into a wire basket supplied by the shop and take them to the cashier desk. The cashier accepted, there is a contract. So display of goods in the B shop, invitation to offer. He pick some and give to the cashier, he is making the offer. The customer making the offer. It has to be accept origin. If we accept, there is a contract. If not, no. So the main difference of an offer and invitation to treat is that an offer makes a valid contract, invitation does not make a valid contract. I will give another case. Listen to this case very carefully. This case name is Fisher versus Bell. Fisher versus Bell. What happened in that case? Fisher versus Bell. In London, there was a shop. In London, there was a shop. In that shop, dangerous knives, Rambo knives were displayed for sale. Only displayed for sale. A law passed by Parliament. In that law specifically said, selling dangerous knives violates the law. Selling dangerous knives violates the law and fine £500. There was a shop in London. Dangerous knives were displayed for sale. Dangerous knives were displayed for sale. Later, a law passed by Parliament. Selling dangerous knives violate the law and punishable and pay fine 500. The shopkeeper didn't care that. He displayed. Immediately police came and arrested the shopkeeper. For what? Selling dangerous knives. And he was produced to the magistrate. But magistrate said he has not violated the law. And he was released. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that?
He has not sold the knives.
Yeah, he has never sold. Display. Display is invitation to trade. Then the police must wait. When he tried to sell a knife, then arrested. That is the. So please remember that. Okay. I am going to give a question now. Any problem you can ask. Please ask any problem. I'll give 2 minutes. Okay, write down this question. Lalit. One civil engineer. Lalit, one civil engineer. Needs to buy some carpets for his project. Needs to buy some carpet for his project. He went to a hardware shop. to buy the carpets. The carpets were displayed in that hardware shop. The carpets were displayed in the hardware shop. The carpets were displayed in the hardware shop. He selected one carpet. He selected one carpet and gave to the cashier. He selected one carpet and gave to the cashier. But the cashier refused to sell him that carpet. But the cashier refused to sell him that carpet. But the cashier refused to sell him that carpet. But the cashier refused to sell him that carpet. But the cashier refused to sell. Question, advise Lali. Advise Lali. With relevant legal principles, and decided case laws, Any problem, please ask. So you can take a 10 to 15 minutes break and write the answer. Thereafter we will discuss. Okay, start writing. Yes. Who is going to give the answer? Kosala, what is your answer? Kosala, what is the introduction, legal principle, case law, and the answer? Hello? Any volunteers? You can't be silent in the law class. Try. Right or wrong doesn't matter. Try. A similar case also there. So why can't you give the answer? Hello? Sarangi, what is your answer? Sarangi? Hello? Sarangi, what is your answer, please? Vijayaratna? So you have to give the answer to go for the next topic for me. Sachitra Veeraperum? Logendra? What is the answer? Can someone try, please? Jayant? HD Jayant?
There was an invitation, but it was not accepted, so there is no contract. So
That is also summary answer. Now introduction, what you say? ඔගොල්ලෝ දැන් ගොඩක් මේ summary answers දීලා වැඩක් නැහැ law වල 20 marks එනවා මේ question එක. ඔය කියන දේ හරි වුණාට ලකුණු දෙකයි ඉන්නේ. I told you. You have to go through the procedure. Even you give the right answer, only 3 marks or 2 marks you will get. But follow the procedure very carefully. Introduction. What is the legal issue? Then the legal principle. Then the relevant case law. Analysis and the answer. Your answer is correct, but එහෙම නෙමෙයි ඒකෙන් ඕනේ. ටිකක් විස්තර ලියන්න ඕනේ. 20 marks වලට 2 lines ලියවට බෑනේ මදි. Okay, I'll give another 5 minutes. Write and tell me. All right. Who is going to give the answer? Hello? Okay, we'll go to the next one. You all are not answering. So, how an offer is made? How an offer is made? The offer may be expressed or implied or by conduct. When you are making an offer, it can be expressly or impliedly or by conduct. Expressly by words. And you can see some examples. Amal offers to sell his motorcycle to Basil at the price of rupees 30,000. Basil promised to pay 30,000 for the motorbike. That is where person to person. Amal made the offer, Basil accepted. Then another one, Amal advertises in newspaper offering rupees 50,000 reward. Anyone who returns his lost passport. So Basil bring the lost passport to him. World at large. One person's passport lost. He put a paper advertisement. And a person found. These are called world at large, unilateral offers. First one is a bilateral, person to person. Amal and Basil. Second one person makes the offer to world at large, anyone in the world. If you find, you are entitled for the third one. Amal's bus goes along the street. This is an offer on the part of the transport company to carry passengers at the published fares. The offer is accepted when a person gets on the bus with intention of becoming a passenger. So the contract was made when the passenger entered and pays for the ticket. So three types of example. An offer can be made one person to another person. These are called bilateral. This is unilateral, world at large. Amal advertises in a newspaper offering rupees 50,000 reward to anyone who returns his lost passport. So Basil brings the lost passport to him, then he said. Then Amal's bus goes along the street. So this is an offer on the part of the transport company to carry passengers at the published fare. So the offer is accepted when person get to the bus with intention of becoming a passenger. When, however, as on modern bus, the customer pays the driver on entry in the bus, is probably the case that customer makes an offer when he asks for the ticket. So two types I showed you. There are two types. Number one is bilateral. Bilateral between Basil and Kamal, between Sunil and Nadu. Two people. Unilateral are world at large offers. These world at large offers are basically no need to communicate the acceptance. When a person find it and when the person return that, he is entitled for it. Example, case law, unilateral offers. Carlyle versus Carbolic Smoke Bowl Company. Carlyle versus Carbolic. Now this is the world first case accepted by the courts on unilateral offers. Carbolic Smoke Bowl Company offered by way of reward £100. Anyone who contracted influenza after using their smoke bowl as prescribed. So one person got ill, influenza. Now he is looking for a medicine which will cure his influenza. So he went to a shop, a chemist, and looking for a product which will cure his influenza or illness. he saw one product in a shop. The offer stated that they have lodged £1,000 with the Alliance Bank, Regent Street, showing our sincerity to this. So he was very happy. He saw one product, they have deposited some money, and what it say, the Alliance Bank and Mrs. Khalil used the smoke ball as prescribed, but still he contracted influenza. The wrapping box said, if you use this product or the smoke ball as mentioned or prescribed, if you are not cure this influenza, we will pay you this much, 100. To show their sincerity, they have deposited £1,000 in a bank also. So she was very happy. But while she used that, she was not cured. Now she was really upset. Can he claim that £100? Whether the company is bound to pay? Yes, the company is bound to pay. Why? The company raised 45. The company said, no, we are not going to pay this. This was an offer made to the public and we don't know who come and accept. Acceptance not communicate. And also, why should not an offer made to Earl at Raj and which can be accepted? So all Mrs. Carlyle arguments fail. So these are called unilateral offers. An offer with a reward or award is unilateral. Once one party accepted, there is a legal binding. All offers must be communicated. Now, when I am making an offer to sell my bicycle, I have to communicate to you. Keeping that in mind is not basically making an offer. So all the offers must be communicated. All offers must be communicated to the offeree before they can be accepted. The offeree cannot accept an offer unless he knows its existence. He should know, because he cannot accept it without intending to do so. If Amal offers by advertisement a reward of 50,000 to anyone who returns his lost passport, and Basil finds in the lost passport, brings it to Amal without having heard the offer of the reward. There was an advertisement. If anyone brings the lost passport, you are entitled for a reward of 50,000. But one person, he was not heard that, but he still returned the lost passport. He is entitled for that or not? No, he is not entitled, because without an offer, without knowing the offer, you can't accept. Adams was a Lindsay. A by letter dated September 2 offered goods to B. What it say? Receiving your answer in course of the post. Send only by post. The letter was misdirected and did not reach B until 5th because it was misdirected. When the offer was immediately accepted, once the letter received, he accepted. So the acceptance reached A on 9th, but on 8th A sold the goods to X. No, he can't sell. Because it was not an error or not a problem with the person who accepted. It's already the postal department delayed them. Hell, there was a good contract between A and B because the offer was immediately accepted in receipt by B. Then offer lapse. How can offer and lapse? On the death of either the offerer or the offeree before acceptance, or death after the acceptance. How to terminate an offer? An offer could be terminated by revocation, withdrawal or cancellation, or by rejection or count off. The lapse of time, change of status, failure to fulfill. I will send this note. I will send it to you. Now you all can ask questions. දැන් මේ නිහඬව ඉන්න එපා. මේ ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න නිකන් කතා කරන්න ඕනේ. ලෝ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක සිංහලෙන් හරි උත්තර දෙන්නකෝ ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් බැරි නම්. Or Tamil language, doesn't matter. Any language you can use. official languages are Sinhala and Tamil. Now, if it is a difficulty of answering in English, I don't know, you can answer in Sinhala even. So I have given a question, still I didn't get the answer. All right. Now you can ask any question. I'll give 10 minutes for question and answers before winding up. Then නිහඬව ඉන්න එපා. කරුණාකරලා ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න. පාඩම කියලා දුන්නනේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ adults ලානේ. You all can talk නේ. Yes. Hello.
So for every questions, is it compulsory to give a case cases in an answer?
Yeah.
It's compulsory, isn't it?
Yeah. If there is a law, no need. If there is a law passed parliament, then no need. Otherwise, you should give an example case law. That's how the law works. Cases are very, very important. Now, let's see. There is a law passed by parliament. For contract law, there is no law passed by parliament. Sale of goods, yes. Now, if they ask what is the definition of sale of goods, then you can give the definition. Where the seller agrees to sell that. And you can give a case law also, nothing to example case law also you can give. Right? So always remember when you are doing law, you go with cases. That is very, very important.
Can we find any typical answers so that, because none of us are confident?
Yeah, ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ උත්සාහ කරන්න answers කරන්න. ඉතින් answers හැමතෙම දෙන්න බෑනේ අපි. If you have read the note, you can give the answer. Answer එකට අදාළ case law එකක් මම දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ ලියා ගන්න බැරි කම හරි මොනවාරි නොතේරෙන කම හරි I don't know. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මොකද්ද මේ උත්තර දෙන්න බැරි කියන එක. දැන් මම සිංහලෙන් කියලා දෙන්නම් මේක මේ උත්තර ලියනකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ දෙන්න ඕනේ මේ හැඳින්වීමක්. ඒ ප්‍රශ්නෙට යම්කිසි හැඳින්වීමක් දෙන්න. හැඳින්වීම කියන්නේ මොකද්ද ඔයා හොයන ප්‍රශ්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට නීති මූලධර්මයක් දෙන්න, case law එකක් දෙන්න, පොඩ්ඩක් ඇනලයිස් කරන්න. එහෙම ලියපු මේ model answers නේ කොහෙවත්. You have to try. Then I will tell. Now one person gave the answer earlier, so I said right or wrong. එහෙම එකක් නෑ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ try කරන්න ඕන උත්සාහ කරලා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ උත්සාහ කරන්නේ නැතුව මේ answers ගන්න බෑ. If you write an answer, then I will say whether this is right or wrong. For that, it is up to you to give the answers. In a note, I will send the note, but on the other hand, you have to try for your answers. උත්තරය වරදින්න හරි දෙන්න එපා. You all are not giving answer. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට answer එකක් මට දුන්නා නම් මට කියන්න පුළුවන් ඒක හරිද වැරදිද. It is very unfair, no? Without attempting for answer. You have to attempt for answer. Right, any question you can ask. උත්තර දෙන්න ඕනේ නිකම්. ඉඳගෙන ඉඳලා හරියන්නේ. You have to answer the question. Then I will tell right or wrong how to write the answer. So I have showed the case law here. Everything I have shown, but you all are not attempting. ඒක අඩු ගන්න attempt කරන්නෙත් නේ answer එකක් දෙන්න. ඒ නැතුව දන්නේ කියලා කියන්න බෑ. attempt කළා වැරදුනොත් ඒක වෙනම දෙයක්. දැන් මෙතන invitation to offer එකට තියෙනවා මේ අදාළ එක. මේ කේස් එක අරගෙන ඕගොල්ලන්ට උත්තර දෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමවත් උත්තර දෙන්න උත්සාහ කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි වල ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. So you must have very high command in English when you are doing law subjects. At least you have to try for that. You all are not trying it. This question may not come for the exam. Model answers are not there. You have to make an attempt. Right, next question. දැන් මේ නිහඬව ඉන්න එපා. දැන් මෙතන ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන් 24ක්. 24 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනේ. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න මොනවද? ප්‍රශ්න නැත්නම් අපි නවත්තමු ක්ලාස් එකේ ප්‍රශ්න. If no question, we can stop the class. But you have to ask questions. You have to ask. I will send this note to you. You all can't say, දන්නේ නෑ අරවා මෙව. ඉතින් මේ වැඩි හිටියෝනේ මෙතන ඉන්නේ all adults. If adults cannot give answers.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, kata karan, yeah. Solungo. Go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Now, so in general terms, now if a question is asked, now there are, in a law point of view, sir, principally, there are many similar cases to, correlate the description of the law point as you said, sir. Now, we can put it now in answering question. Now, there are typical model that out of which the law has been made up of that point. No, so now, unless we are mentioning about that particular point, is it valid to answer the general question with using our day-to-day knowledge that as we know, sir?
No, you can't use the day-to-day knowledge. There is a note here. You read the note and answer.
You have to memorize.
General knowledge is different. Legal knowledge is different. So I am giving note here. So take from that note and answer it. General knowledge can answer bindu. You can't take the general knowledge and answer because I have given a note, no? So with the note you will be able to write the answer. When note general knowledge will end. Don't go for general knowledge, but you can do. Here there is a note, read the note. Now, legal principles. Why I am giving a note? I general knowledge. Legal knowledge. Right, next question. It was a general knowledge. Why are you asking general knowledge? There is no need to go over the general knowledge. So cases are there. If you go to the web, you can find. You will go to the web and say, cases relate to invitation to treat. Lot of cases are coming. Any case you can write, no problem. Yes, next question. ඔගොල්ලෝ මේ note එකක් තියන් හතර වටේ අත ගාලා හරියන්නේ. So note එක හොඳට බලන්න. ඒකේ තියෙන cases ටික බලන්න. Then you see which cases are related. That's all. All right, no questions? I will send this note to you. If you have further questions, you can ask. You may be doing law first time, but even you can read the English, no? English කියවන්න පුළුවන් නේද? English තේරෙනවද தெரியாது. මේක බලලා ඉතින් උත්තර ලියන්න ඕන. දැන් පැහැදිලි කිරීමකුත් කරාන explanation. I can't hear. Hello, I can't hear. Louder. Hello. You are asking a question, please. I can't hear. ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නෙත් නෑ නේ. ප්‍රශ්නේ භාගයට ගිලිනවා ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ. කොහොමද උත්තර දෙන්නේ? Hello. Answer, please. Don't be silent. Ask questions. Then I will direct you. There are no model answers. You have to write and get experience when you are writing the answers. Now undergraduates understand this one. The first day when I do it. So why can't you understand? There are previous batches, more than 10 to 12 I have done. They understand. Now, what is the problem you are having? I don't know. The same way I have explained to them, the same way I am explaining to you also. Few batches were passed out. Hello. Okay, if no question, we can wind up. Thank you very much. The biggest problem I see here, you all are not answering any question. You are not asking any question. Ahanne monawakkat question, right? What to do?